Post 1, original post. Hello, everyone. I'm not quite sure where to turn, so I'm writing here in hopes of gaining some perspective or advice. My name is Nicholas, and I'm 28 years old. I've been with my girlfriend Emily, she's 26, for about 6 months. We met through a mutual friend. We ended up at the same table at a party, started talking about music and travel, and it clicked instantly. This is my first serious relationship in several years, and I have to say I really like her. She's funny, smart, independent, and we have great chemistry. But there's one thing that really bothers me, and it's been occupying more and more of my thoughts. It's about social media, more specifically, her social media. She's very active online, which I noticed from the beginning. She casually mentioned that she has many followers on Instagram and a few other platforms. Nothing particularly strange about that. Some people are very active and become popular for all sorts of reasons. The problem is that she consistently refuses to reveal her real name on her accounts. So I know her first and last name, but her accounts are under some alias. I've heard that she has over 10,000 followers on Instagram and she's also active elsewhere, but I can't find out her alias. She has explicitly said she doesn't want me to follow her or even know which profile is hers. It might not seem like a big deal. I mean, people have the right to their privacy, but to me it's starting to feel very strange. At first I thought she wanted to be cautious. She said something like, I post pretty intimate pictures and I don't want to mix my public self with my private relationship. When I asked what she meant by intimate pictures, she said they're not nude or anything, but very personal photos, and she wants to keep a distance between what she shares with the world and what she shares with me. Her argument is that many guys expect access to everything, but she wants to set a boundary. She wants me to like her for who she is in everyday life, not for her online persona. I haven't been intrusive about it. I haven't nagged or tried to sneak out her account name on my own. But I can't help but think it's odd. She has tons of followers, strangers, people she doesn't know, and they get to see these pictures. But not me, her boyfriend. When I brought up this inconsistency, she said, But Nicholas, that's exactly it. The strangers don't know me, and I have no personal relationship with them. You and I are a couple, and I don't want our dynamic to be influenced by what I show online. I've tried to understand, tried to see it from her perspective, but I'm just getting more confused. Once I brought up the topic of her family. Her older sister follows her. I asked, But your sister knows you too? How does that work with me not being able to see? She replied that her sister has been following her for a long time before she started posting these more intimate pictures, and she didn't want to block family members. It's a long story, apparently, but she still feels it's different from me, her boyfriend, sneaking around. She said she's met so many men who become controlling and jealous when they see what their partner posts. She doesn't want us to end up there. I don't feel controlling. I've never had issues with ex-girlfriends or dates being open on social media. It's been the opposite. In previous relationships, it just felt natural to follow each other, to show what you're up to. She knows I'm not the jealous type. I've never demanded to see her DMs or ask who she's talking to. I'm basically a pretty calm person who doesn't like drama. Yet I get the impression that she distrusts me, as if she thinks I'll judge her for her pictures or get angry. It scares me. If she doesn't trust me in something like this, how can we grow as a couple? I mean, she can check my Instagram, my Facebook, whatever she wants. I have nothing to hide, but I don't even know where to look for her account. I don't even have her username. It's like dating someone with a secret double identity. Somewhere inside, I also wonder what it is she's posting that's so sensitive. She says they're intimate photos, but claims they're not sexually explicit. Why would 10,000 strangers follow her then? I know you can gain followers for all sorts of reasons, but it smells fishy. I don't want to be paranoid, but you can't help but wonder if she's up to something shady. Or maybe it's just an image thing, perhaps artistic photos she's embarrassed to show. But then she should be able to show me, I think. Am I wrong to feel this way? I would really appreciate advice. Is it normal to set such boundaries in a relationship? Am I old-fashioned for expecting that we can follow each other on social media? She's trying to make it sound like I'm being pushy just because I want to see her public pictures. I don't know how to handle this. Is this a sign that she doesn't trust me? Should I just let it be and respect her privacy? I can respect that, but I don't want to carry an uneasy feeling in my stomach. Has anyone been through something similar? I'm grateful for all perspectives. Update 1. After a few days. Hello again, everyone. Thanks for your comments. I read them all and they made me think. Many of you thought I should talk to her more, try to understand deeper, or at least express how I feel in a calm and rational way. I tried to do that. I brought up the topic again last night. I said something like, I want you to know that I respect your privacy, but I feel excluded from a large part of your life. You have 10,000 followers who see a side of you that I don't get to see. It feels a bit backward, and I want to understand your logic. I tried to stay reasonable and not accuse her of anything.
Her reaction was pretty defensive. She said I don't understand how pressuring it is to be a woman on social media. How many men take liberties and think they have the right to judge or comment on her body. She said she decided firmly never to let her partner follow her because it always leads to jealousy and arguments. I explained that I'm not jealous and that I don't judge her. I'm just wondering why she'd rather show these pictures to 10,000 strangers than to me.
Then she changed her strategy and said she's spent years building an online brand. She's proud of her account and her persona, but wants to separate it from her private life. She sees it as an art form, an outlet for creativity, and believes our relationship should be built on our real-life interaction, not her digital identity. I buy that to a certain extent, but the feeling that something isn't quite right remains. I asked if she could describe the content a bit more concretely just to satisfy my curiosity. She replied that she posts aesthetic pictures of her body, face, certain poses, sometimes in lingerie, but it's about artistic freedom, not sex. She mentioned that her followers appreciate her style, makeup, hairstyles, and her way of expressing different emotions. But still, I'm her boyfriend. Shouldn't I be the first she wants to share that with if it's so harmless? I've started to wonder if it's really just Instagram. Several of you pointed out that it could be something else too. Maybe she has an anonymous account on some platform where she makes money from pictures, OnlyFans or something similar. I don't want to accuse her of something she hasn't done, but the thought has crossed my mind. However, she's never mentioned money in this context, only that she has followers. Last night, the discussion ended with her getting upset and saying she felt pressured. She thought I should be able to trust her and her judgment. I backed off to avoid a big fight. But now I'm left with even more questions. If it's just aesthetic pictures, why can't I see them? She says she doesn't want to mix things, but I don't know. I don't feel reassured. I hope for more advice. I don't want to be confrontational, but how long should I play along with this? Is it unreasonable to think something is fishy? Thanks for listening. Update 2, another week later. Hello again. A lot has happened. I quietly started asking around among our mutual acquaintances without sounding suspicious. I mentioned in passing to my friend Jacob, who knew her before we got together, that Emily has a lot of followers on Instagram. He said, yeah, she's pretty big there. I heard she posts some daring stuff. I tried to sound neutral and asked what he had heard. He said he didn't know the details, but that he himself doesn't follow her. He thought it was like modeling in slightly revealing outfits, but not much more. I also tried talking to Emily again, this time being very careful. I said that I absolutely have no problem with her having an artistic expression online. I complimented her on her creativity without having seen anything, but what can I do? And assured her that I'm not jealous. I really tried to make her feel that I'm open and understanding. She softened a bit and admitted that she makes some money from her online activities. I asked how, and she replied that she sometimes collaborates with brands, sells some merchandise, and so on. I tried to hear if she has anything beyond Instagram, but she dodged the question and started talking about how tough it is dealing with men who suspect her. This made me really think. I know you can make money on Instagram through sponsors, but 10,000 followers is quite a lot. But is it enough to earn good money from collaborations? Maybe. Or there might be more. OnlyFans popped into my head again. I know it's a platform where people post paid content, sometimes much more explicit stuff. If she's already posting slightly revealing pictures for free, maybe she has a side account where she posts even more intimate pictures for paying fans. I don't know how to handle it. I don't dare to ask outright, "Do you have an OnlyFans?" It sounds accusatory. At the same time, I want to know the truth. If she's doing something there that she's ashamed to show me, can it really build a healthy relationship? Now I'm considering finding out things myself. Not by spying, but maybe by searching her first name plus something specific on Google or looking for hints. But it feels wrong. I don't want to break her trust, but she gives me no trust in return. I'm living in a strange situation where my girlfriend has a completely public online life that I'm excluded from. Another thing that happened, the other day I picked up a word she mentioned on the phone with a friend. She said something like, "I need to post something new on my OF account tomorrow." Of account. Isn't that exactly what I'm afraid of? Of stands for OnlyFans, of course. I froze when I heard that. I didn't say anything then, but it pretty much confirms my suspicions. She has an OF account, and that's where she posts more intimate stuff. If that's the case, why hide it from me? If it's artistic or just a freedom she wants, why can't she be open? Is it because the content isn't as innocent as she claims? I'm really starting to worry and feel hurt. I feel deceived. I have nothing against sex work itself if she's making money from it, but I feel betrayed by her secrecy. We're in a relationship. I want to know what she's doing, and I want to talk to her about this, but I don't know how. If I confront her and I'm wrong, it will be a disaster, but that of account sounds pretty clear. I need advice again. Should I just ask outright, or should I try to find evidence? I feel like a bad person even considering looking up her account, but I need to know what's going on. I'm on the verge of losing trust in her completely. Update 3, 2 weeks after the last update. Okay, it has happened. I'm completely shaken as I write this, but I guess I need to get it off my chest. I took the bull by the horns and confronted Emily this morning. I hadn't planned to do it today, but last night I got a message from an acquaintance I hadn't been in touch with for several years. He wrote, "I think I saw your girlfriend on OnlyFans. Is it her with the alias XXX?" He sent a link, no porn directly in the link, but to her profile. I hesitated for a long time, but finally clicked it from a new account I created. And yes, there she was. The pictures were definitely her face hidden behind a mask or shadow in most images, but I recognized her tattoos, her body type, a particular birthmark. It couldn't be mistaken. It was explicit content, far from aesthetic poses in lingerie. I won't go into details, but it was pornographic content in explicit format, and she charges for custom orders. She had over 10,000 followers on Instagram, but on OF I saw she had a bit over 500 paying subscribers. So she's been doing this on a large scale entirely behind my back. I was so shocked and disgusted that she lied to me straight to my face about what she was doing. It's not the sexuality itself that bothers me most, but the lies, the secrecy, and the complete lack of respect for me. She's made me look like a suspicious idiot while she's actually marketing herself online to strangers in a way she didn't even dare to admit to her own boyfriend. And this morning I asked her to sit down at the kitchen table. I said, "I know you have an OnlyFans account." She froze. She didn't deny anything. I continued, "You've been lying to me for months. You've posted explicit sexual content and let a bunch of strangers see it while you've been playing innocent and artistic in front of me. You said it was to protect our relationship, but you've only protected your secret." She started crying. She said she knew I would leave her if I found out, that she liked me so much but was afraid I would judge her. She said she had been doing this long before we met and hadn't dared to break away from her fans. The money was good. She was used to the lifestyle. At the same time, she wanted a normal relationship on the side but thought I would go berserk if I knew the truth. I told her it wasn't about her doing what she wants with her body, but about her deceiving me, that she had thrown away my trust. If she had been honest from the start, I could have said yes or no to being with someone who makes a living selling explicit content. then the choice would have been mine. Instead, she took away that choice, lied, and manipulated me. It's unforgivable for me. She begged on her knees for me to understand that we could work through this, but I was ice cold. I said, I'm done with this. I don't want a relationship built on lies. I packed a bag and left immediately. I'm staying with a friend now. Her crying echoes in my head, but I feel nothing but relief that it's finally over. I don't want to stay with someone who so blatantly deceived me for so long. So there you have it. I found out the truth, and it was worse than I feared. I ended the relationship immediately. That's probably for the best. I want to thank everyone here who gave me advice, support, and understanding. You helped me realize that I wasn't crazy, that my suspicions were justified. Even though it hurts right now, I know I made the right decision. I don't deserve to be with someone who can't even be honest about who they are online. I just hope the future brings people who don't lie and hide large parts of their lives. Thank you for your support. I'm moving on now.
If you liked this story, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. It helps a lot, and you won't miss out on any future stories. Take care and live your best life.